Sick morning light breaks in my room. Coffee cold, my mind's in bloom. Streets alive, hums a lazy tune. Taking clocks, they talk too loud, chasing time in a sleepy crowd. Sick morning, sick morning, the world's still yawning. I'm running, I'm falling, my dreams keep calling. Sick morning, sick morning, here comes a warning. Pavement's warm under worn out shoes. Sky blushes pink, trading grays for blues. Breath of the city, rhythm I can't refuse. I'm a whisper in the roar, a shadow on the dance floor. Sick morning, knock on my door. Here comes a warning. I was up there in the attic in a dusty afternoon, surrounded by the wreckage of a life that passed too soon. I found a beat-up cigar box full of medals and regret, and a single faded photograph of a girl I can't forget. You were standing by the ocean in the summer of that year, before the world had taught me about the taste of bitter fear. And you're just a ghost in black. standing on the boardwalk of some long forgotten coast. And the joy that's in your eyes, Lord, it cuts me like a knife, 'cause it's from a different story, from a whole and different life. Before the thunder came, before the storm and the sad rain, before we knew that love could be a synonym for pain, yeah. It doesn't show the tears, it doesn't show the fight, it doesn't show the angry words we screamed into the night. It's just a single perfect moment, it's a beautiful mirage, a snapshot of a paradise that was just a damn facade. And maybe that's the cruelest part of all the things you keep, the way a perfect memory will haunt you in your sleep. 'Cause you're just a ghost in black and white, a perfect happy life, smiling like you live forever, ever underneath the July sky. Yeah, you're just a ghost in black and white. You never have to fade, the most beautiful and perfect trap a memory has ever made. And I'm looking at you now, and I know with all my might that I'm the one who's haunted by a ghost in black and white. The shovel kissed the dirt last night. The moon stood still, its face turned white. A whisper crawled beneath the pine. It wasn't yours, it wasn't mine. A shallow grave, a shallow grave, where secrets go, where shadows cave. No prayers, no stones, no names to save. Just silence grows in a shallow grave. It hums a broken hymn, branches bend their twisted limbs, footsteps fade like smoke in air. Who they belong to, I wouldn't dare. The ground remembers what we hide, it keeps the truth, it won't divide. no names to say. Just silence grows in a shallow grave. Dig deep enough, you'll find the past. But careful now, it cuts so fast. The roots have wrapped around the lives. Beneath the soil, the echoes rise. I remember into a while where the blood runs hot and deep, and the only damn inheritance a man can truly keep is the anger of his father and his fathers before him. A long and bitter memory, a dark and angry hymn. There the soils with the millers, and we live across the stream, trapped inside the nightmare of a long dead old man's dream. Was you were born to a different name, and that's the only reason why we're sworn to be your enemy until the day we die. Yeah, we were born to a different name, so we were born to the same hate, feeding the same hungry ghost behind the same damn rusty gate. There's a poison in the water, there's a fire and a flame, and the only sin we're guilty of is being born to a different name. I remember my own daddy with a shotgun in his hand. He said, son, you see that ridge lane, that's the border of our land. And the folks who live beyond it, they are serpents, they are sin. And you'll spend your whole damn life fighting a war you'll never win. So I learned to hate their faces before I ever knew their name. Just another soldier drafted into these old and bitter games. Last week down at the market, I saw your girl's blue eyes, and they didn't hold no malice, and they didn't hold no lies. They just held a quiet sadness, a mirror to my own, for the loneliness and sorrow that our families have sown. For a single crazy moment, I forgot about the fight, and I just saw a human being in the pale and morning light. But she was born to a different name, and that's the only reason why we're sworn to be each other's enemy until the day we die. Yeah, we were born to a different name, so we were born to the same hate, feeding the same hungry ghosts behind the same damn rusty gate. It's a poison in the water, it's a fire and a flame, and the only sin we're guilty of is being born to a different name. Down in the crossroads where the shadows twist, the moonlight's hiding, it don't exist. Dusty boots stomping, got nowhere to run. The devil's smirking, but the night's still young. We are Crossroads Blues Club. Hear the thunder crack, guitar screaming, ain't no turning back. Whiskey in the veins, fire in the blood. We are Crossroads Blues Club, drowned in the flood. Drawn out of a well, like a lonesome train, echoes of heartbreak, the sweet kind of pain. The air is heavy with the weight of sin, but the music lifts us, it pulls us in. No saints, no halos, just a sound we trust. Turn the amps up louder, shake off the dust. We are Crossroads Blues Club. Feel the speakers roar, the rhythm's a preacher, pounding through the floor. Smoke in the rafters, sweat on the wood. We are Crossroads Blues Club, lost but feeling good. Strings are bending, hearts are mending. Every note's a tale worth sending. Lighting in the bottle, chaos in tune. We howl at the stars, we bark at the moon. I've been a ship without a harbor, I've been a stranger in the storm, looking for a quiet place to keep my spirit warm. I've seen 100 cities and 1,000 lonely towns, just a collection of cheap memories and the sad and weary sounds of a man who's always leaving, a man who's passing through, always chasing something that was shiny, bright and new. But I'm dropping my anchor in this quiet little bay, gonna let the restless tides of time just wash my sins away. Yeah, I'm dropping my anchor, the long and weary race is done. I found my piece of heaven underneath this tired sun. This ain't no grand arrival, it's a quiet, simple plea to a place that feels like it has been waiting here for me. Now the streets ain't paved with gold here, and the rain still can fall, but the folks, they look you in the eye behind no guarded wall. They don't care about your money, they don't care where you have been. They just care about the sorry state of the trouble that you're in. And they'll offer you a kind word, and they'll offer you a hand. The first damn honest kindness that I've known in this whole land. I met a quiet woman with a garden and a smile. She said, "You look a little lost, son. Won't you rest here for a while?" And the way she said it, I could tell it wasn't just a lie. And for the first time in my whole damn life, I didn't want to say goodbye. I'm tired of the ocean, I am tired of the roam, and the feeling in my heart is that I finally come on home. 'Cause I'm dropping my anchor in this quiet little bay, gonna let the restless tides of time just wash my sins away. Yeah, I'm dropping my anchor, the long and weary race is done. I found my piece of heaven underneath this tired sun. This ain't no grand arrival, it's a quiet, simple plea to a place that feels like sky. Grass stains on knees and never ask why. Sticky hands from candy bought with dimes. Oh, the world was a song, no need for rhymes. Happy child, sad man, how did it all slip from my hands? Happy child, sad man, the years ran faster than I ran. Paper boats sailing puddles on the street. Now I drown in rain, can't find my feet. Pockets once filled with rocks and dreams, now just receipts and silent screams. Where's the laughter? Where's the spark? Where's the flashlight in the dark? Happy child, sad man, how did it all slip from my hands? Happy child, sad man, the years ran faster than I ran. Castle with buckets of sand. It crumbled before I could understand. A child's joy, it comes so cheap, but a man's sorrow cuts too deep. I see the young lovers walking by with stars in their eyes. They're busy making promises and believing their own lie. They think their love's a brand new thing, a pure and holy fire, the answer to their restless and their beautiful desire. And I just sit here on my porch and I give a little grin, 'cause I know the sorry state of the trouble they are in. 'Cause you don't have to tell me, honey, I read the last page of the story of the innocent, the lover and the sage. Yeah, I read the last page and I know how the story goes. It's a bittersweet accounting of the seeds of sad hearts sown. So you can play your part, my friend, upon this broken stage. But I'm the one who's already gone, and read the final page. ocean. With his clean and hopeful smile, he's promising a future that will last you for a while. I see the brave young soldier who is marching off to war, convinced he knows the reason that he's really fighting for. And I'm not mad, I'm not amused, I just feel a little tired, 'cause I've seen the destination of the man who gets inspired. Now their wisdom ain't no blessing, it's a cold and heavy curse to see the final ending at the start of the first verse. 'Cause you can't believe in magic when you know how the trick is played, and you can't believe in sunshine when you're standing in the shade of the knowledge of the outcome. A truth as cold as rage, that life is just a story and you've already read the page. And you don't have to tell me, honey, I read the last page of the story of the innocent, the lover and the sage. Yeah, I read the last page and I know how the story goes. It's a bittersweet accounting of the seas of sad heart soul. So you can play your part, my friend, upon this broken stage. But I'm the one who's already gone and read the final page. The page is worn like my old shoes, stories that carry 1,000 truths, words that heal, words that bruise. Every verse a map, every line a clue. I'm lost, I'm found, I'm something new. My Bible, my fire, my light in the rain. My Bible, my shelter when I'm in pain. Oh, it's my guide, my faith, my chain. My Bible, it keeps me sane. A parable whispers through the wind, tells me where I've been, where to begin. The ink is faded, but the hope is strong. It lifts me higher, pulls me along, turns my silence into a song. my guide, my faith, my chain, my Bible, it keeps me sane. No memory of a mother's gentle hand. I was born to the struggle in a hard and weary land. My first bed was a church step, my first blanket was the news. My first and only lullaby was a freight train singing the blues. I learned to walk a hard line before I'd even learn my name, and learn that love's a currency in a long losing game. 'Cause I'm nobody's son, I'm a stranger to the bone. The only family that I've known is the comfort of alone. Yeah, I'm nobody's son, and I ain't got no roots to claim. Just a ghost without a history and a man without a name. And the only thing that's truly mine beneath the angry sun is the knowledge that I'm no one's and my race is never run. Faces in a crowded, angry room. I learned to find a single ray of light inside the gloom. I learned that trust is just a word for a fool to go believe. And the only thing you'll ever get is the thing you can't receive. From your own two hands, from your own sweat, from your own entire bag. On the wrong side of a long and a lonely railroad track. I'll see the happy families on a Sunday afternoon, and I'll feel a little flicker underneath a weary moon. For the comfort of a history, the safety of a home. But a wolf that's born to winter is a wolf that's meant to roam. And the strength you find in solitude is a strange and bitter prize. The cold and final wisdom in a pair of orphan's eyes. 'Cause I'm nobody's son, I'm a stranger to the bone. The only family that I've known is the comfort of alone. Yeah, I'm nobody's son, and I ain't got no roots to claim. Just a ghost without a history and a man without a name. That's truly mine beneath the angry sun is the knowledge that I'm no one's and my race has never run. lips like a fire. They burn, they sting. Every word you speak feels like a wild thing. A flash of heat, then you're gone, you're gone. Do you bite when you smile? Do you lie when you laugh? Do you dance on the edge, never looking back? Red lips, they tell no lies. Red lips, set the night on fire. One kiss, one sip, and I'm lost inside. Red lips, my heart's desire. Lipstick on a glass, a stain that stays, a shadow of the past. But I chase it still, can't get my fill. Do you whisper the truth? Do you promise the star? Do you know what you do? Leaving all these scars. Red lips, they tell no lies. Red lips, set the night on fire. One kiss, one sip, and I'm lost inside. Red lips, my heart's desire. I was born 1,000 miles from here, on dry and dusty ground. But the first sound that I ever loved was a sad and lonely sound of a seashell that my daddy found. He held it to my ear. He said, son, that's where we come from, and it'll wash away your fear. And I've been a restless river, trying to get back to the sea, 'cause that first and distant whisper put a spell on me. And I've got a saltwater soul and a heart that is the tide. I've got a deep and restless secret that the ocean cannot hide. Yeah, I've got a saltwater soul, it's violent and it's deep, and it's full of all the promises the angry water keeps. The world of dirt and mountains is a place I'll never last, 'cause my saltwater soul is anchored to a deep and endless past. I've seen her in her anger, I've seen her in her grace, a beautiful and terrible and wild and lonely place. She'll grant a man a fortune, she'll take a man's last breath. She's the mother of and the mistress of all death. And you can build your pretty houses, you can build your walls so high, but you'll never tame the spirit of the sea and of the sky.
Find their comfort in a church or in a bar, or in the fleeting foolish comfort of a fast and shiny car. But the only thing that calms me, the only thing I know, is to stand right where the land gives up and let the sea winds blow and wash away the dirt of all the places I have been, and make this worn out, weary spirit feel alive again. 'Cause I've got a saltwater soul and a heart that is the tide. I've got a deep and restless secret that the ocean cannot hide. Yeah, I've got a saltwater soul, it's violent and it's deep, and it's full of all the promises the angry water keeps. The world of dirt and mountains is a place I'll never last, 'cause my saltwater soul is anchored to a deep and endless past.
We were just two friends, or so the story's always told. Just two weary travelers coming in from the cold. We talked for hours at the diner till the coffee all ran dry, about the ghosts of our own futures underneath a tired sky. And there was a silent language that we both had understood, the beautiful and dangerous and the misunderstood connection. And you're the greatest almost that my whole life's ever known, the seed of a great garden that I never let be sown. Yeah, you're the ghost of a good future, the whisper of a chance, the final quiet partner in a long and lonely dance that I was too damn scared to leave, that I was too damn blind to see. You're the most important chapter that was never meant to be. I remember that one evening, standing out beneath the rain. You were looking for a reason to either go never to remain. And I had the words right on my tongue, the simple, honest key to unlock the quiet prison of the man I'd come to be. But the fear of a good thing is a hard and heavy chain. So I let the moment pass me by, and I went on my own way again. Found your own life with a different, better man, as a part of some much wiser and much more constructed plan. And I know you're happy, and I truly hope it's true. But sometimes late at night I have to wonder if you ever think about that moment in the silence and the cost of the beautiful and perfect world that we almost had and lost. And you're the greatest almost that my whole life's ever known, the seed of a great garden that I never let be sown. Yeah, you're the ghost of a good future, the whisper of a chance, the final quiet partner in a long and lonely dance. That I was too damn scared to leave, that I was too damn blind to see. You're the most important chapter that was never meant to be. Oh. I got a good woman, what I'm waiting. She's got supper on the stove. She's the finest, sweetest creature that this world has ever woke. She trusts me like the sunrise, she trusts me like the rain, and I'm about to cause her a whole new world of pain. 'Cause I told her I was working late, a life so clean and neat, but my truck ain't headed homeward, it's on a different, darker street. 'Cause I got the devil in my shoes, and they're walking me astray to a place a good man shouldn't be at the closing of the day. Yeah, I got the devil in my shoes and a whisper in my ear that's telling me the things a loving man ain't supposed to wanna hear. It's a sickness and a weakness and a damn and dirty blues when you can't control the path you're on 'cause of the devil in your shoes. She don't ask me for a few can I feel? I go home before the sunrise with a lie right on my face, and a shame so deep and heavy that the light cannot erase. And now look my woman in the eye, the one who's good and true, and I'll hate myself for what I am and the evil that I do. But I know that I'll be back here on this same and crooked track, 'cause the devil's got my number and there ain't no turning back. 'Cause I got the devil in my shoes and they're walking me astray to a place a good man shouldn't be at the closing of the day. Yeah, I got the devil in my shoes and a whisper in my ear that's telling me the things a loving man ain't supposed to wanna hear. It's a sickness and a weakness and a damn and dirty blues when you can't control the path you're on 'cause of the devil in your shoes. I don't break my back for no man, I don't sweat out in the sun. My work is in the quiet places after the day is done. There's a whisper in a back room, it's a fast and clever lie. It's a promise to a desperate man with a hunger in his eye. Yeah, my hands are soft and clean, son, they ain't never held a tool, but they've counted out more money than you'll see in any school. And I'm living on the devil's way, the money comes so fast, on a beautiful and thrilling ride that wasn't built to last. Yeah, I'm living on the devil's wage. It's a sweet and bitter heart, but it burns a hole right through your soul and tears your peace apart. It'll buy you wine and women, it'll buy you a fine suit, but the devil's wage is nourished by a dark and evil root. I got a brand new Lincoln, it's as black as a bad dream. I'm the king of this whole nightlife, or so the story seems. But I gotta sleep with one eye open and a pistol by my head, 'cause the friends that easy money makes would rather see you dead than see you get a bigger share and see you win the race. This life is just a pretty mask on a mean and ugly face. at night, to his wife and to his children in a warm and yellow light. And he ain't got a damn dollar, but he ain't got no damn fear. And the silence in his own house is a sound that's sweet and clear. And for a single crazy moment, I would trade him everything, to be that simple happy fool instead of this damn king. But I'm living on the devil's wage. The money comes so fast, on a beautiful and thrilling ride that wasn't built to last. Yeah, I'm living on the devil's wage. It's a sweet and bitter art, but it burns a hole right through your soul and tears your peace apart. It'll buy you wine and women, it'll buy you a fine suit, but the devil's wage is nourished by a dark and evil root. I was born to the sound of a whistle in a house of brick and dust. My lullaby, the groaning of a factory's iron rust. I've seen the sun rise through the smoke, I've seen the river running gray, and I watched the dreams of good folks getting worn a bit each day. They say I'll marry a good man who works the afternoon shift, but a life that's all laid out for you ain't no damn precious gift. 'Cause I'm the mill whistle's daughter, but I will not be its slave. I won't end my own damn story in a pre-dug factory grave. I'm gonna catch that westbound freight train, and I'm gonna learn to fly beyond the smoke and sadness of this dirty, broken sky. There's a bigger world a-calling, and I've got to answer soon. I'm the mill whistle's daughter, and I'm singing a new tune. Got a shoebox full of dollars I've saved up on the side. The only secret in this town that a girl can truly hide. And I look at my own mother, at her tight and calloused hand, and the sad and quiet ghost of all her long forgotten plans. And I swear an oath right to her, though the words are not yet said, that the life that she was given ain't the life that I'll see led.
night train a-comin', a promise and a dare to leave the only home I've known and the comfort of its care. But a cage is still a cage, my dear, no matter if it's kind. And I've got to see what's waiting for a restless, hungry mind. So I'll take my chance out on the rails, I'll take my chance and run, and I'll face my own damn future in the bright and rising sun. 'Cause I'm the mill whistle's daughter, but I will not be its slave. I won't end my own damn story in a pleader factory grave. I'm gonna catch that westbound freight train, and I'm gonna learn to fly beyond the smoke and sadness of this dirty, broken sky. There's a bigger world a-calling, and I've got to answer soon. I'm the mill whistle's daughter, and I'm singing a new tune.
The deacon was a righteous man with a prayer on every breath, but he was slowly choking my poor widowed mother to her death. With his interest and his papers and his cold and legal lies, so I paid his house a visit underneath some angry skies, and I rearranged his thinking with a lesson hard and fast. Now a deed is sitting pretty and worries all the past. 'Cause I'm the saint of all the sinners, I'm a demon for the good. I do the things a righteous man could never say he would. Yeah, I'm the saint of all the sinners, and I walk a twisted mile. I'll rob a thief to feed the poor and do it with a smile. Don't you pray for my salvation, don't you worry for my soul. I'm just a necessary evil that'll make a good man whole. I saw a man lay hands upon a woman in a bar. He thought his drunken anger was a bright and shining star. The law was looking sideways, the good folks looked away. They didn't want no trouble at the closing of the day. So I bought the man a final drink of knuckles and a floor, and he won't be raising hell around this town here anymore. my name. They see a common criminal in a long and vicious game, and they ain't entirely wrong, Lord. I know I ain't no saint. I'm just a different kind of medicine for a world that's full of taint. 'Cause sometimes the only angel that a poor man's gonna meet is a devil with a conscience on a dark and lonely street. And I'm the saint of all the sinners, I'm a demon for the good. I do the things a righteous man could never say he would. Yeah, I'm the saint of all the sinners, and I walk a twisted mile. I'll rob a thief to feed the poor and do it with a smile. Don't you pray for my salvation, don't you worry for my soul. I'm just a necessary evil that'll make a good man whole. Sometimes, to do a little good, you gotta be a little bad. That's just the way the world is. Someone's gotta do the dirty work. The snow came down like judgment without a single sound, and buried this whole highway in a holy silent ground. I was in a roadside tavern, the last stop on the line. Just me and the old barman and a half a glass of wine. Then you walked in from the darkness, a ghost of ice and steam, the final living player in a long and frozen dream. We were just two strangers in 3 days of blinding white, telling all our secret stories in pale and bourbon light. Yeah, we were just two strangers with nowhere else to go. Two prisoners of the silence and the falling of the snow. We were running from our own past with a future we couldn't see. Just two ghosts who found a shelter in the blessed company of the lost. Told me about a daughter that you lost so long ago, in a different kind of winter, in a different kind of snow. And I told you about a brother that I'd wronged and left for dead. And I spoke the guilty secret that were living in my head. The cannot tell a friend the things you cannot tell a priest. You can tell them to a stranger when the whole damn world has ceased to turn. Quiet sanctuary, in that prison made of storm, we found a strange and simple way to keep each other warm. There was no lie between us, there was no facade to keep, just two souls in a confessional, that was asleep. And for 3 short days of whiteness, I was not a lonely man. I was just a simple part of a sad and cosmic plan. And we were just two strangers in 3 days of blind and white, telling all our secret stories in the pale and bourbon light. Yeah, we were just two strangers with nowhere else to go, two prisoners of the silence and the falling of the snow. We were running from our own past with a future we couldn't see, just two ghosts who found a shelter in the blessed company of the lost.
In the daylight, I'm a quiet man. I keep my own head low. I'm just another number in the sad and tired show. I'll tip my hat and say yes sir, I'll do my job just fine. And I walk a straight and narrow and respectable old line. Yeah, in the daylight, I'm a ghost, a shadow on the wall. But you're seeing just the actor, you ain't seeing me at all. 'Cause when the sun goes down and the moon begins to climb, that's when I start to come alive and I start to do my time. Yeah, when the sun goes down, a different man is born, a wild and restless creature who is laughing fate to scorn. So don't you trust the quiet man whose work bartenders by name. I know the rules and rhythms of the long and losing game. The neon is my sunshine, the darkness is my friend, and the story of my real life is the one that has no end. In the dive bars and the pool halls, in the smoke and in the sin, that's the only real church, baby, that I've ever wandered in. So if you see me in the morning and you think you know my soul, you're just looking at an actor who has learned to play a role. 'Cause the man who pays the tax man and the man who mows the lawn is just a weary placeholder who is waiting for the dawn to die away and fade to black and let the real me out to play at the beautiful and wicked final closing of the day. 'Cause when the sun goes down and the moon begins to climb, that's when I start to come alive and I start to do my time. Yeah, when the sun goes down, a different man is born, a wild and restless creature who is laughing fate to scorn. So don't you trust the quiet man who's working in the town, 'cause the real me is the one who comes alive when the sun goes down. The day is for the sheep, the night is for the wolves, and I'm getting hungry. Factories iron shade. My fortune was the calluses my father's hands had made. You were born upon a high hill in a house of glass and stone, the prettiest damn flower that this county's ever grown. Your daddy owns a bank, girl, and I guess he owns the town. And he looks at me like I'm the dirt beneath the ground he's walking on. 'Cause I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, and you're his angel, pure and blessed. And a love like ours is just a temporary fish and it's gold. And I'll talk about the freedom of a story to be told. And for a couple hours, we're not rich and we're not poor, just a boy and girl who know that they were meant for something more. See me with a checkbook in his hand. He said, I'll give you anything to leave this weary land. I just looked him in the eye. I said, sir, you don't understand. The only real treasure that you have, you can't command. And her heart is not for sale, sir, and my soul is not for rent. And I'm the only real love that your daughter's ever been sent. 'Cause I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, and you're his angel, pure and blessed. And a love like ours is just a temporary foolish test. Yeah, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, a weed among the vines, a story that the righteous folks will read between the lines. But every time you sneak out and you meet me in the dark, you're the only damn good reason that is left inside my heart. Meet me at midnight at the old Crossroads. Just bring your heart, I'll have the truck gassed up. We're getting out of this town for good this time.